here we are at the reviewing area, and here we have Megatron, or D-16, on the reviewing area here. So as you can see here, the D-16, or Megatron, here transforms into a Cybertronian tank mode. And I think it is a pretty nice looking little tank mode, or a Cybertronian tank mode, as it's called. It does have a lot of the Megatron colors, the black, the gray, little bit of metallic gray here and here, and a little bit of red here. And it does have the giant hole there for the turret of the tank here. And does have some nice molded in tank treads here. And some tank treads on the back here. And here's the other side here. And the top view here. And the turret here itself. And this part here, which is going to be the robot mode chest here. And on the back, just a lot of gaps and holes everywhere here. And the bottom, not much robot mode kibble on the bottom here, from what I can tell here. And he doesn't roll because he doesn't have any little plastic molded wheels on the bottom of these treads to help him roll. So all he can do is just slide around.
All he can do is slide and glide. Do you think that that's an accurate representation of his tank in the Transformer 1? Do you think it looks the same?
I think it is.
Okay.
A close representation of how it looked in the movie.
Okay.
And that is it for the tank mode. But it does have some features to it. Well, a couple of features. And that is, the turret here can rotate all the way around. Oh.
And it'll roll right off.
And it does come off.
But it just pops right back on.
Yes.
So.
Just pops right back on. Yeah. And it can look up and down, but I wouldn't recommend you moving it up and down, because if you move it up, you do get like a little peekaboo right there. his robot mode head is right there. And on the sides here, which y'all already saw, these things here on both sides are little guns that you can store on the sides here from these ports here. But what you can also do is you can attach them onto these holes if you want to. To give it like this. To give it like that if you want to. And I think that those are the only ports that he has on him for tank mode. I think. Yeah. Yeah. They are. Those are the only ports that he has if you want to attach these little guns onto. And that's it for the tank mode. Nothing else to say about it. But it looks pretty cool. So I guess it's now time to transform him. So to start off the transformation, you of course want to take the barrel of the gun and detach it from this hole and that tab there. And this part, from what y'all saw, you can remove it if you want to, but if you leave it on here, it's not going to affect any of the transformations. So I'm just gonna leave it on here. But what you do want to do is you want to rotate it around. Yes. Yes. Now you want to take these things and you want to untab them from these tabs to these notches, so that way you can take these and untab them from this hole and that tab inside of here, and also this hook tabs into here. So you want to untab it and bring them up on both sides. Then you're gonna, for the treads here, you're gonna take the treads here and bring them up, so that way you can take the treads and this section here and rotate it around, and then bring these down and take what will become his feet and bring it down. Then you're gonna, yeah, you're gonna take these and just collapse them in so they're like this. Now they don't tab in anywhere from what I can tell. Yeah, they don't tab in. They just kind of sit there. So if you're like playing around with this guy, these may come loose because they don't tap in at all. So be mindful of that. So then you do the same thing on the other side here. So it's like that. Then you're gonna, we'll do the back treads. So for the back treads, you want to bring these out about there. So that way you can take these back treads and this part, which is connected by the robot mode head, and swing this entire section around and it will tap into place. Oh, well, make sure these are out of the way. Just like that. And then this section will tap into these two tabs and these holes here. Just like that. And for this part, which is going to be the chest, untap it and bring it up and it will tap into place. Then take his knees here and rotate them around. Then take his legs and bring them up on these joints here. So they'll tap into place. And then take the entire legs from the hips and bring them down. So they're like this. And we're almost done here already. For these things, we're just going to rotate these down. And for these treads, we're going to untap them from these tabs to these holes and straighten them down and rotate them around and take his hands and rotate them so that the hole for the hands is facing out. And then do the same thing on the other side. And last thing what we want to do is rotate his head around. And you're done. So there you have Megatron, aka D-16, in his robot mode. Okay, so there we have Megatron, aka D-16, in robot mode. Now, the robot mode, on the one hand, the design that does look nice all around. The sculpting and the design work does look great all around. But on the other hand, while his look and his design does look great, his proportions for the robot mode is not that great. And I want y'all to point out, y'all as the audience, to point out what proportions that you see on the robot mode is what I have a gripe with, because you can already see here. And if y'all guess about his legs, then you are right. Because, as you can see, his legs are kinda a little too long compared to his short little torso here. Yeah, he has like longer legs compared to a short torso, which I wish that they would do something with his legs to make his proportions better. Like, I would have liked his legs to come down about here instead of just what they are here. Because he just has like longer legs and a short torso to him. That's really my only gripe about him in robot mode. Well, there is another gripe about that I have with it, but that's for the articulation. But getting a closer look at D-16 or Megatron, the head sculpt does look really nice looking. Has the silver painted face and the red eyes on it. And the body here does have the Megatron body here. You can see. And going down to the arms, which does also look nice. And his legs, which, like I said, are kind of a little long, do look nice, and you do got a little bit of black paint on the thighs. And some yellow paint on the feet here. And here's the back here. And here's the side view. The back. And the other side. So, all around, the robot mode, the look and the design wise looks great. Just, my only gripe about him is the proportions are kind of off. Because he has longer legs compared to a short torso. But for articulation, head is on a ball joint, which is kind of snug on mine. But he only has a little bit of up and down. Not much, just a little bit. Ball joint at the shoulders. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. Wrist swivel. Waist swivel. Ball joint at the legs. No thigh swivel due to the transformation, but he does have knee swivel, and he does bend at the knee, but to get it to bend, you will have to untap the knee like this. Yeah. That to me is not for me, because I would have liked if it was just a single bended knee instead of just having it to untap it to have it bend. That to me is just no. Because I would have liked if it was just, if you could just bend it instead of just untapping it. But he does have a tiny bit of ankle pivot. Well, a limited ankle pivot. So you can still get this guy in a lot of good poses. Just my only gripe about the articulation is just, I don't like if you have to untap his knees to bend them, because I would have liked if it was just a single jointed knee without having to untap it.
So now in the comments, let us know, do y'all like this version of him, or do y'all disagree with it, or whatever your thoughts are on it.
And did you have the same thoughts about his legs being way too long compared to his short torso?
Yes.
Yeah. Like I said, his design and his look does look amazing, just his proportions are kind of off on this figure. But now for the accessories. We'll go ahead and start off with these. So there's a number of ways you can attach these onto. You can, of course, have them hold them, or you can attach them onto these holes here to have like little guns here on both sides. Or if you want, you can attach them on these same holes here on this part, either here or here, with the tips of the guns pointing up like this. So you do got a number of options. Now, for the barrel from the turret in tank mode, Now, you can leave it like this and attach it onto the same holes, even on the hands, if you want to. But this does separate in half, and you got his little iconic fusion cannon here, and this thing, which is also a gun. That this tip is the gun part. But what you can do with this is to attach it onto his arm. This tab is where this hole or this hole can attach to. So you can have that, and like I said, you can put this on the other side if you want to. Or I think you can also, oh yeah, you can, if you want to, you can have it attached like this if you want to, also on both arms if you want to. And from what I saw in the instructions, you can still attach it on this part here, but I'm trying to figure out how you're supposed to do that. I am gonna have to remove this off. Okay. So the way you attach this on the back part is this tab goes into this hole here. Okay. So you can have that look there. And you can still fold down this part and tap it in, and it'll still stay in like that if you want to. And of course, for the fusion cannon, you can attach it on both holes, well, either holes on his arms. So you can have that iconic look there. Yeah. Or if you want to, you can have him hold it or attach them on the same holes on the back here if you want to. But of course, he needs to have it on his arm. And that is it for D-16, aka Megatron. So, I guess we'll be back with our final thoughts here.